Hey everyone, it's Mike with It's Pittsfield Tonight. I'm going to jump right into it, and this video is mainly going to be about last night's City Council meeting. So Tuesday the 9th City Council meeting. And the big topic at hand was taxes in the city of Pittsfield. So the mayor had put her proposal forward, which she was hoping would pass. We did only have a 9-panel council last night. 2 of our at-large councilors were not present. Councilor Earl Persip and Councilor Yuki Cohen. So the mayor was proposing to lower our residential tax rate from 1925 to 1856 and the commercial tax rate from $39.99 to $39.09, which sounds good when you first look at it that way. But here's the thing. Home values, as everyone knows, we're going through a huge inflationary period. And home values have risen tremendously in the past year, not due to natural organic growth or new companies or natural growth in the city. It's home values have inflated for a multitude of reasons, but they're mainly directed to the pandemic, and we're seeing a huge housing bubble because of that. So home values, and here's an example: the average home value of last year at $203,991 is now valued and assessed at $222,073. So almost an increase of $20,000. So what we're looking at with the mayor's tax proposal would actually raise people's taxes by roughly 5%. And most of the council agreed that we can't do that right now. With what we're seeing with inflation, what you're seeing at the grocery store, what they're predicting for heating costs, fuel costs this year, I mean, it's getting tough. And that's one of the reasons why even the federal government, under their American Rescue Plan Act, has sent millions and millions of dollars out to all communities to try to assist with this. And we're seeing in our government, where we like to spend and create administrative positions and give raises, I agree with the majority of the council that it would be too much of a burden on the taxpayers. So starting with councilors Connell and Morandi and Mafuccio, but they want to see what we could take from free cash to offset this. And Councilor Mafuccio asked our finance director, Matthew Kerwood, if he could give an example, and Matthew Kerwood is not exactly a people person, in my opinion. So he said, in all due respect, he's one of those people that he figures if he starts it with all due respect, he can be nasty. And he was irritated, and it was very evident. He snapped at him and said it was their fault for not communicating with them rather than them bringing different proposals to the council, knowing that there would be pushback. But anyway, the council voted 6-3 to table it and bring it back to the next council meeting. They want to see what's going on. So the councilors that were in favor of doing it this way to go along with the mayor's proposal were our city council president, Peter Marchetti, city council vice president, Pete White, and I believe Nick Cacamo. All the rest were in opposition. They believe that there's money in free cash, and the way free cash works, everyone, that's your money that you're taxed on, that's left over that wasn't spent. It's not free cash. There's nothing free about it. It belongs to the taxpayers. And due to the circumstances in the city right now, like everyone throughout the country is experiencing, it seems like it would be smart to take some money out of free cash, whether it be $1 million, $1.5 million, whatever, maybe even $2 million, since we have that $41 million in ARPA funds for other projects right now. Why not? Why not take some of the burden off, knowing how bad this winter's going to be for people due to inflation alone? And I agree with the councilors on that. So I hope when it comes back, it's at least $1 million, but maybe more. And that's really what it was about. The mayor didn't seem too happy. The finance director didn't seem too happy with this. And like I said, we only had 3 councilors that thought this was a good idea and fair, and that was Marchetti, White, and Cacamo. Really, it's we have a spending problem in Pittsfield. It's amazing how much that budget has increased. And I've said this before. You can go back and look at videos I said a couple years ago. By the time this administration leaves office, that our budget will be over 200 million. And we're just shy of 190 million right now. It's unbelievable. And we spend. We keep creating administrative positions. In the middle of the pandemic, raises were handed out. The mayor got another raise. There was a lot of raises in City Hall, where a lot of people were losing their jobs, being laid off, collecting unemployment, and we're handing out raises. Our personnel director got a nice hefty raise. I forget the exact amount. It was considerable. And then it saddened me because I don't know much about him. I believe his name's Michael Taylor. But it saddened me to see that he was participating in Facebook posts insinuating that two of the candidates running for city council were put up to it by a former city councilor, and just adding fuel to that fire. And as the personnel guy for the city, I can't believe he was doing that. That was, when I saw that, somebody screenshotted me and sent me that. I said, come on. Is that really where we're at? That infighting it's that, people wonder why others talk about that, because it's real. How responsible is that of someone who has that position within the city and they're going to get off on that foot? It's hard for me to let go. That one really irritated me. And again, I don't know the man personally. I've never met him, but that showed me a little bit right there. I don't understand why he would participate in that kind of stuff. But as far as that goes, we'll be going back next council meeting, discussing this. Hopefully they are willing to use free cash out of the free cash account to offset it. You know, there should be more money. It's amazing that, the marijuana tax, all the different revenue streams that have been coming in, and we still just keep increasing. Pittsfield cannot stop spending, and in the wrong places. It's amazing that we have teachers and school employees without contracts fighting to get a little bit ahead of the curve. We're slipping down on that considerably, but we have these heavy top-end administrative positions and we're losing teachers. And it's not just pay, but that is one of the reasons when you can go just about anywhere else in the county and make more and deal with a lot less hassle. I know most of the teachers don't want to leave. They want to stay. They want to be part of the community. They love the kids that they teach. This is their home, but our priorities are always in the wrong places, it seems like. And I think the only way to really fix this is we're going to have to get a new mayor that is willing to immediately ask for another charter review, because there'll be one coming up before the election, and get it on the ballot for the residents to vote for a city manager. And under a city management style government, you still have a mayor, but that mayor is on the council. They're basically like a representative to City Hall, and that pay would be cut considerably, 70 to 80%, as it should be. And a city manager could go in and start trimming the fat immediately, and there's a lot of it. I just feel like we misspend so much, and we're watching that budget year after year increase, and we're not seeing the real growth. And now we're seeing a form of gentrification in the community, what we call market rate values. I mean, just to try to afford a rental for the few that are available, it's heading in the wrong direction for the people that live here. And everything's backdoor behind the scenes, like the new websites too. Nobody knew about that until that came. What is this new website going to do? There's Love Pittsfield, there's Business Pittsfield, there's cityofpittsfield.org, there's websites for everything, and most people don't go to websites anymore. Not in that sense. It's social media platforms, and then you can direct them to a website if there's something truly there that they can't get on social media. There should be those are public websites. There should be hit counters on them. We should all be able to see how much activity is going to those websites. I'd love to see how many people a day go to businesspittsfield.com. Because again, from myself looking at it the other day, it hasn't been touched since it's been up. So who's using it? And how much, what is the cost on that? Is there a monthly maintenance fee on that? This lovepittsfield.com, what was the cost on that? Is there a monthly maintenance fee on that? There's so many programs. When we heard about the tunnel at the William Stanley Business Park and a new prospect coming in, everything's hush, secret. How come we can't know? If you can't tell us the name, can there be more information? Are there ongoing negotiations? Could we be expecting to see something? I've heard all the rumors floating around, some saying that it was Blue Rhino going in there. There were different company names being thrown around. Is there any truth to that? What can we be told? But everything is hush-hush secret behind closed doors, just like with the ARPA funds. It's got to be hush secret. They need their sacred space to decide how $41 million is going to be spent. So pay attention to these council meetings, people. This is a big one. So the next one, again, we'll be discussing this. This comes back. What we're going to do with the tax rate. Otherwise, a lot of you are going to see a big increase in your taxes, on your property taxes, at a time where nobody's going to be prepared for this. How long is this inflationary period going to last? And recessions are cyclical. There's no doubt about it. Are we due for one? Soon. In my opinion, when you follow the market, it's crazy how high it is. It is crazy, but you're also seeing what's happening with fuel costs, oil costs. We're back to around $85 a barrel for WTI. So you're seeing a massive increase there, and all that translates to is $3.50 and up at the pump, which is is adding to the problem, affecting everything. So hopefully they take money out of free cash, and we can get this tax rate down more. And obviously you don't want to use free cash accounts every year to offset it, but this year out of all years, absolutely. And again, when the next mayoral election comes up, like I've said to everyone, I'm running. I know there's a few other people running. My platform is to get a city manager. That's what I want to see happen. And I think it's going to take a mayor to initiate that. So if I get elected, that's what I want to do. I want to push for a city manager and get that on the ballot for all of you to vote whether you want a city manager or not. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. So that's it for now. I've got an interview coming up tomorrow with Dasheen Moore, the Beat the Streets program. Dasheen and I are putting together a trash pickup on the west side, so hopefully many of you can participate in that. Also a big event coming up at the Crossroads Cafe. They do their annual toy drive every year, which is a great thing they do for the community. And they had a dinner this past weekend to raise money for that, and there's a concert this coming weekend on the 13th. I've got to get down there and interview Jerry. Things have been crazy for me. But all the proceeds from that are going to benefit the toy drive also. So if you like hardcore and metal and some rock, I think they've got a variety of different bands playing that. All the proceeds for that are going to that toy drive, which is a big thing, and it's a year we're going to need it a lot. So huge thank you to them for that, and I'll be covering more on that. Also music interviews, I've been doing those. I have a bunch more stuff with that coming up also. So that truly is it for now. Everyone, pay attention to what's happening in the city, know where your money's going, and know who your counselors are, and watch those council meetings if you can, at least bits and pieces of them to kind of understand where you're at. And I will catch you all in the next day or two.